Over the glass, Kobe! Give me a break! Welcome to the circus.
And he only shot that ball because he said, I'm getting an answer.
Kobe has done the work to deserve the comparison, Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant was a superstar for so many reasons. The former NBA star may be no more, but his style of play and intense work ethic continues to inspire millions even today. So many of his colleagues maintain that they would love to have Bryant's work ethic if anything. Bryant died in a helicopter crash when he was 41 years of age. Tales of his work ethic have become something out of folklore. Bryant was one of the greatest NBA players of all time and perhaps the greatest to have played for the Lakers. His team and the whole world mourned his death, but none more than his Lakers colleagues did. Bryant's excellent basketball talent will always be at the forefront of the discussion about his legacy, but the way he defines the power to love the process of becoming great will always be high. He was very hungry for the game. He has worked harder than anyone has in the NBA to establish his legacy as one of the best basketball players. 40-mile bike ride. Bryant told his longtime coach Tim Grover that he wanted to incorporate cycling training into his summer career. Grover found the track in Las Vegas and rented it. He took a 40-mile bike ride on the track. Shooting in the dark gym. Bryant was known for his strange but intense practice methods. This was his routine since his school days. He would routinely go to the gym and practice shooting in the dark with lights turned off. He would regularly do that 2 hours before the practice session began. His routine got everybody, including his then coach, surprised. He once refused to leave the gym. During one of his early morning practice sessions, Bryant refused to leave the gym before scoring 800 shots. It took him 5 hours to do that, and he was drenched in sweat all over. He entered the gym at 4 a.m. and left at 11 a.m. after completing 800 shots. He practiced without a ball. His former teammate Shaquille O'Neal once said that Bryant often practiced during practice sessions with the same zeal and passion. You would hear him making noise and grunts just as he would do in a real-life game, except he had no ball in his hands. O'Neal found it strange, but he thought that maybe it was something that helped him improve his game. Woke earlier and worked harder than anyone. He was an intense workaholic. He had with him some of the best players in the NBA at the time, but Bryant stood out. His training session would start early morning, often at 5 a.m. or earlier. Once, he surprised his teammates when they woke up at 8 a.m. and gathered for breakfast, only to see Bryant coming back all sweated and knees covered with ice. His colleagues just woke up and he had just completed a 3-hour gym and training session. Playing left-handed, Kobe was a right-handed player and was known to be great with it. However, after injuring his right shoulder in one of the games, he became left-handed to everyone's surprise. He played well with his wrong hand and left an impact. Players around the league and around it, and successful people from other industries have a lot to say about Kobe's dedication and performance. They called him Mamba for a reason, as he believed in hard work and despised those who looked for shortcuts in life. His work ethic was such that he never took no for an answer. He would gladly hit the court at 4 a.m. and would work on improving his game, ratifying his weakness if any, and condition his game to perfection. He was perhaps the hardest working player at the NBA circuit with no rivals. Bryant was a passionate workaholic who would settle for nothing less when it comes to work ethics. Here, we will focus on 6 stories that have proven that Kobe Bryant will never come again. Kobe Bryant was a 6'6", 212-pound monster. The internet was not what it used to be, and there were no social media platforms, so everything he did at Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania was just hoop max, reports, and so on. Accolades and honors. Then, on June 26, David Stern named his Charlotte Hornets 13th general election. Bryant, 17 at the time, returned to the stage, shook hands with the commissioner, and was sold to the Lakers in a pre-election resignation deal, one of which was history. Kobe stood in the shadow of Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel in his first year, then it took him a year or two before he left. Kobe has made 19 straight years, continuing to improve each season, building a great career as a 5-time NBA champion and 2 MVP envy finalists, the most important player, the 18th season NBA All-Star, 4 NBA Star Game, MVP, 11 First Team, 2nd All-NBA Team, 2 All-NBA Team 2, NBA First Defense Team, 9-time Second Team, Gold 2 NBA Champions, NBA Champion Slam Dunk, 2nd NBA winning All-Rookie Team, and Naismith became the Prep Player of the Year and First Team Parade All-American. He finished with 16,433 points, 4,047 rebounds, 306 assists, and a 1-point game, which would look best in a fun match of points who reduced their exit to 61. As mentioned, the prizes, statistics, and all the prizes collected are amazing. However, his path was always very visible. The NBA boys disrespect Kobe's behavior. I once realized that he would have to shoot in all the exercises, shoot a shot while doing his stuff, and watch a movie during his game break to make those mistakes. Bryant's passion and intensity was such that he never let laziness took over his game or practice sessions. He was very alert and energetic. Both these traits had helped him become the player he was. He comes across as the only player to follow Michael Jordan's style of practice, and the good thing about him was that he was proud of his work. He made it easy to do, added hours to the gym, and most importantly, he showed people that there are no shortcuts. Success is a direct result of hard work, and that work should never stop. He used to say, "I have nothing to do with lazy people who blame others for their own failures." Good things come from hard work and patience. There is no excuse, Kobe said, and he lived by it. Both Kobe's wins and losses at work has had a profound effect on many players. He taught many that you can look blessed, be perfect, get everything, but you fail. Kobe taught that perfection is not the same. Still, the madness of achieving your highest potential and paying for your best efforts is invaluable, even if it doesn't work. Kobe taught that success at night comes from thousands of hours of actual work, intrusive work that no one else wants to do. The young legend retired in 2016. His body was as strong as a 20-year-old, and Lightfoot weighed more easily than his bones. After his retirement, we never saw him alive at the Staples Center, as he always talked about spending time with his wife and 4 daughters. Appropriately, his second daughter Gina's love of the game brought her back to the Staples Center, where she often saw 2 people sitting on the court, one with her father teaching and his daughter at play. Bryant was a relentless practitioner who believed that life without work is not worth living. He had a wisdom and a love for the game that he so passionately followed. His success was a testament to untiring hard work. Each of his practice sessions were a treat to watch. He had post-retirement plans that would have him seen guiding young players any way he could. Sadly, we lost both Kobe and his daughter in a helicopter crash that killed 9 people on Sunday. We don't know how great Gianna would have been and how Kobe would have affected the world, but we do have her stories, which are vivid examples of how her hard work allows her to shine, learn, and become better people. Bryant was all for improvement however it came. He once had a shoemaker shaved a few millimeters off his shoe at the bottom, as it allowed him 100 of a second better reaction time. To watch this and many other interesting and informative videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel right now and press the bell icon to get instant updates on newly uploaded videos in the future.